Welcome. Oh wait, that's a different setting. Hello. Welcome back to Beyond the Veil of Twilight. And welcome, players.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Well,
Saw.
there's Kyler. I was waiting. So, I don't have a huge recap really to give. I know you guys narrowly escaped the red caps posing as gnomes, jumped in the boat, hauled Feywild booty across the water to the city here, pulled up, and Astrozalian. I always have to look at that name before I say it to make sure I'm not going to mispronounce it horribly because it's a big word.
Okay, there, Art.
All right. So I know you guys did get you got the classy place first, when you were to stay. I believe that was the White Poplar.
No, it was
Or was it the Moon
I
and
think so.
Stars?
Hold on, let me look at the location key. It was the House of Solace.
House of Solace. That's right. Okay. So yeah, the House of Solace is where you stayed. You had a slight incident there, if I remember correctly.
Got a little emotional in the night. That relic in relic in Sedalia reacted pretty big too.
Can't be blamed. Can't be blamed.
And I booped my snoot on the wall, and then Prim had a nosebleed.
Yes. Well,
Yep.
and the very, very demure and polite proprietor, the person who runs the place.
She sensed the magic of the diadem and kicked us out.
She kicked you
knowing
out.
very rightly that it was too dangerous to be on the premises because we were endangering the other guests.
Exactly. She was very polite about the whole thing, though.
And it was understandable, but it still feels bad when you can't get your second meal that's in your
with some good food too.
Yeah.
So you guys went from there. I believe you changed inns. Did you complete your inn change, if I remember correctly?
No, what we did is we went to the Laughing Gold Tavern for breakfast because after that, Sib was like, we need to go somewhere that's way more low-key.
Yeah, so you kind of chilled there. I know you had a lackluster meal there by comparison. Did a little wandering around, if I remember correctly, but quickly came to the decision that you needed to go see the lady herself, Lady Chandria, up in her tower.
Oh, yeah.
You waited in line for a while there. Somebody was being entertaining while somebody else scared one of the guests away. I won't say any names. The speaker. But you guys made your way as...
How did we scare anybody?
Well, I think you got rid of somebody.
I didn't intentionally scare anybody away.
Relic bored someone away.
Oh, is that what it was? Maybe I'm misremembering.
That's what happened.
Relic bored somebody.
You know, yeah. I mean, I was planning on carrying on further down the queue and talk to the next person, but we might have got kicked out.
True. That's right. It was the speaker was thinking about pulsing spores out. That's what it was. I think the vision of Lady Chandria and the sword guard next to her probably changed his mind, but did not stop Kyler from trying to entertain everyone.
What do you mean trying, dude?
Well,
Did so successfully.
yeah, succeeding.
Yeah, that was a natural 20.
Yeah, well, I say trying in the looser sense, not the you're doing terrible sense. But yeah, you made your way in, and just where we'd cut off was you walking in, seeing Lady Chandria, the three sword guard with her, and her rubbing her temples, obviously having one of those days. So that is where we will pick up from.
All right. So I am going to wait until Lady Chandria addresses us first because she is of a higher station and she probably wants to recollect herself.
Well, I'm glad that at least one of you knows protocol. Is anyone breaking protocol?
No. I literally, Relic's always following Sib's lead.
Okay, that's fair. Probably smart. So she sits for a minute rubbing her temples. You can tell she's muttering something under her breath. Every now and then she kind of glances at Kyler and shakes her head gently. She sits up tall, and immediately, like, you can see just power radiating from her. She looks small in stature. You know, she's lithe, fit, but still, you know, Eladrin. She's not, you know, hulked out or anything, but you can tell with every movement that there is power there. Everything she does is premeditated and with thoughtfulness.
See the muscle rippling underneath her lithe form.
Exactly. She looks at each of you, sits up straight, and motions you forward.
You walk forward.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we approach.
She looks at each of you, just for a moment, and then her eyes come to rest on Sib.
Okay. Going to curtsy.
She nods her head back.
May the blessings of summer be ever with you, my lady. I'm Lady Sibylla of the Spring Court of Fae.
Okay. Well, you obviously know who I am. What brings you to my court?
Well, I've noticed, as I'm sure you have as well, from your elite guards being very active around the town, that there is something going on in the Feywild. And I have tried petitioning the nobles of my own court and others for help, but have received no help that is satisfactory at all, and I would assume that you would have a vested interest in everything that is going on, and we are here to offer our help.
So, let me get this completely straight. That Twit Oberon tried to take the item from you, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
you heard. Yes, he did. I would not let him.
Smart. You are very correct in your assessment of the things that are currently occurring here within all of our realms. The changes, the seasons being out of sync. We're here early, in fact. We should not be here right now, but here we are, pressed on the edge of the Fomorian territories, and I don't know what's happening on their lands, but from what my sources tell me, that they may actually be preparing to assault the city.
Oh my.
Right now, as we speak, there is an army massing, seething even, beneath practically our feet. Magturok. I don't know if you've been through Magturok, but it's practically overrun below the surface, and they're starting to spill out onto it. We've already lost touch with several settlements.
Oh my.
Is that the red caps we encountered?
Possibly. But I assure you, my ships are strong and my men will not falter, as they have never. You are safe within these confines.
I would trust your god more than any, but is there anything we can do to help? Because it has been my mission as of late to investigate what's been going on. Anything we can do to help, and any information that you would have for us that would greatly advance our cause. I'm sure we're working to the same ends.
As you say that, she stands up to her full height. And the mithril plate armor that she's wearing makes no sound as she does, silent. She stands up and strides down the few steps from her chair to stand in front of you. It's not an overwhelming sense, but there is a sense of awe as you're standing in front of one of the greater powers of the Feywild right now, and you can feel it. The magic that emanates from her is almost palpable. She looks down at you, Sib, and says, "May I see it?"
Yes, and at this point I pull out the diadem by the handle that Patel so thought well to put on the diadem.
Who's Patel?
Yeah, he went back. He stayed with Oberon.
Rip, dude.
He stayed with Oberon. He was having too much fun partying.
Hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she leans down and looks at it. She doesn't touch it. But she does put her hand on your shoulder, so it feels like a warm summer breeze washing over you as she does. And you can feel some sort of magic move through you. Do you resist it?
I do not resist. I trust her.
Okay. You see her eyes go milky, and you feel your own vision fade for a moment. Is anybody else doing anything as this is happening?
I'm going to make an Arcana check to see if I can figure out what's going on.
Go for it.
The circle of wildfire druid will continue to to toss the football up in the air.
Yeah,
Like the Chad he is.
Nice.
The speaker's kind of gonna listen in, like eavesdrop psychically through Sibylla.
Okay. Okay. Jeff's looking around confused. So now, Relic, you're not. This is
Beyond my imaginings.
well, it's beyond your ability. There's definitely a magic, and it's some sort of divination, possibly. Your roll is high enough that you can gather that she's seeing the events of the last few days or whatever through Sib's eyes.
Wow.
So
Nice.
the moment passes, she lets go of you, blinks her eyes, your vision comes back. She says, "Well, so you saw him, the Black
Indeed.
Stag. But you have not seen the mother."
No, we have not seen the mother.
Count yourself lucky. Few who do live to tell about it. Lady Sib,
Yes.
you and Jeff, Hyacinth, and Kyler, Relic, Speaker, you've been shouldered with a heavy mantle, and I do not envy you this. I cannot tell you where this path will take you, for that is cloudy, even to my eyes. But I can tell you this. You are on a path of dark trepidation, and the road ahead will not be kind. But Whatever powers have tasked you with this, it is your task alone. I shall not follow in the footsteps of my lady's consort and try to take this thing from you. Should you choose to go on about this task and not abandon it, though that is your right, you will have my full support and my respect.
I appreciate that immensely, and you have been the most help of anyone that I've spoken to, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yes.
So, my lady, would you happen to know who this is supposed to be belonging to?
The spirit of the Feywild.
Yeah,
Well,
because we've not got a straight answer yet.
that's an interesting question. The creature that gave this to you was one of the ones that ripped the Feywild from reality, deeming standard reality to be too mundane to hold the brightness of wonder or the darkness of evil. They split the realms in three. This creature was one of the ones that helped do this, practically at the dawn of time itself. So I don't know what machinations it has in mind, nor where it deems this spirit of the Feywild would reside. But I have a feeling, and she kind of looks at you and winks, that it's going to take you somewhere far beyond the shadowy twilight borders of this realm.
Sib nods.
She returns to her seat and sits down. She says, Kyler,
Dude.
you're getting all your good rolls out now.
I'm doing push-ups and throwing the football in the air at the same time. The real show's over here, folks.
Oh no. Jeff is not amused.
Boo! Boo you, Jeff! Stop, dude!
So, she actually seems a little bit amused by your antics. She looks around and says, I offer you all
Wink.
I offer you all this boon, whilst you stay within the realms of my city. You will have free room and board, under my care, my protection, and my expense, at the location of your choice while you're here. I've heard about what happened at the House of Solace. I will send word to the proprietor and make sure that this is rectified should you choose to want to remain there. More importantly, I will make sure that the Tower of Naming knows that you are here. Should you choose to go there in search of more information, their libraries and their scholars will be at your disposal, though they can be a fickle bunch.
Wonderful. I was actually planning on inquiring with the Tower of Naming, so that is actually a large help.
And I have one more thing for each of you. She leans over and whispers to one of the sword guards something and holds her hand out. He places a large chit, you know what I mean? C-H-I-T.
Yep.
Large chit in her hand, which she holds out to you.
The other one was funnier, though. To be honest.
Yeah.
Chit in one hand and want in the other, so which fills up faster.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I will take it from her then.
She says, take this.
Ew.
Take this to Aramath, the smithy, and he will grant you each one item at my expense. I don't believe I, nor you, nor anyone within this realm fully understands the full gravity of this road that you are on. But I have a feeling it will shake the very foundations of life itself here. And I want to be on the good side of it when it does. Beyond that, I do recommend that you leave this city quickly. Not because I don't want you here, but because there is a war forming, and war parties are already trying to test weaknesses in our borders. I don't think you want to be trapped here when it starts.
Yeah, Relic's like grinning from ear to ear, trying not to appear too excited about that shit.
I will take your advice, my lady, and I'm very glad to have you as an ally. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go with peace, and may the winds of summer send you on your way.
I bow to her once more, and we're going to turn around.
Relic bows to her several times as he's backing up.
Thank you, yes, thank you, yes, thank you.
That voice is incredible, by the way.
Oh, Jeff smacking his poor head on the floor. Bonk.
Aw. I don't bow.
The thing
At
about
all.
Jeff, the thing about Jeff, his bark is worse than his bite.
Oh, ba-dum-ts. So,
I don't bow even a little bit, but I do use druid craft to like give her a soft breeze that blows her hair back majestically to match the aura of might and power. Ayy. And I toss the football up again, and without looking, catch it in the other hand as I leave.
roll to catch it.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Here comes the nat one.
No!
Let's go with athletics for this. Yeah, it's a football.
Here comes the nat one, baby.
Now that you
So
said
we
it,
gotta
of
send the good
course it
vibes.
will. Why did you do that to me? Why would you do this? Why would you do this to me?
Oh,
No, no, no. That's the roll. 19.
Oh, okay. Did you use a
That
luck
lucky
point for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
I can.
as it comes down, it lands in your hands. It's not a ball anymore.
What?
It's a small cornucopia filled with fruits.
Hey.
Dude.
She smiles at you and casually waves.
I wave back as I leave.
So you guys make your way out of the tower,
Nice.
having finally had a good interaction.
Sib is more than relieved.
Yeah. I mean, Oberon's scary if you get on his bad side, but you don't want Lady Chandria coming up against you.
Well, no, but Sib's just like happy to finally have like someone who understands.
Yeah, no, right? So, yeah. You have your boons now.
Yay!
What you do with them is entirely up to you. Your ability to stay somewhere will apply to any of the ends.
Yeah, we'll probably go try the other, like the inn we were staying at again.
Okay.
Now that we have Chandria's blessing.
Okay. And that was the House of Solace, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That building had a delicious tasting cheese.
All right. So back to the House of Solace you go? Or are you going to go somewhere else first?
I was about to say, like, I probably want to go to the smithy first. Get that out of the way.
All right. So you make your way around. Relics bouncing off the walls with excitement the whole way. Through the
Gimme.
through the streets and the towers and the trees, all the way around to here. I will say nothing holds you up on the way. Now, an elven smithy of this magnitude the entire building is carved out of wood and stone that are seamlessly blended together to create this beautiful piece of architecture. It's both natural and unnatural. Every line and curve is just perfect. Outside is a large forge that burns with an unnaturally bluish green light. And you can see a very large, muscled Eladrin hammering away on an anvil in the yard without breaking a sweat.
I wait until there's a pause in his work where I will wave him down and say, "Hello, my good man."
Okay.
And as I do this, I hold up the chiv.
He kind of
from
looks.
Lady Shay.
He looks over his shoulder at you. Kind of cocks an eyebrow.
We are here at Lady Chandria's expense.
Well, that is what that shit means. So, this is going to be a big order, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what can I do for you?
I'll let the others go first.
So many choices. So many choices. Half plate.
Half plate. And this is your desire?
Yep. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah.
And Jeff, I understand you're backing away, definitely. You will notice that the firelight coming out of the forge actually seems to burn cold. He says, all right. He takes his finger and waves it around in the air, and you see Eladrin's script come up and slightly sparkling motif in the air as he, for those of you who speak or read it, he writes half plate. And what else?
Still letting everyone else make their selections first if they choose to.
Anyone? Please hurry, I don't have all day.
Nice. Need something?
Well, while everyone else is thinking, I don't know what quite you could make for me because I'm not necessarily proficient with any armor or heavier weapons of that sort. I cast with my innate magical abilities, so do you have anything that you could recommend for me?
Well, nothing I make is mundane.
Indeed.
I'm not aware of your goal or purpose. What is it you seek to do?
Anything that could be used as protection or to enhance my own abilities.
Ring.
Are you a spellcaster?
I am indeed.
A wizard?
Sorcerer. Sorceress, I should say.
Okay. So he writes in the air the word brooch.
Ooh.
And anyone else? I have 2 items here. This boon was for all of you, by the looks of that chit.
Well, if
Ambling around.
you all are
uncomfortably.
undecisive, you could
As
tell
I
the
try to
man what
put the-
sort of abilities you have, and maybe he
As
could
I
recommend something.
As I try to put the cornucopia back into my pack or whatever I'm carrying, backpack, trying to put the fruit in so it doesn't fall out of the cornucopia. Like, all right, here we go. That's what I've been doing this entire time, by the way. I'm gonna walk over there and be like, I'm just gonna look at him and be like, dude.
Yes?
So for my thing, I don't know if this. Can I ask out of character if this is allowed?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just surprise me? Like,
Go on.
in our Stapleton campaign, we had such a cool thing with the master getting the cloak, and I could have never known to ask for that. So even though I know what this character is and like what it does and stuff, in character I don't know that I would know to ask for this. But
Well, you're
am I allowed to just like?
You can say surprise me. Just tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him about like
Just
what
pretend-
Sib did. Tell him what you are, what you want, what your goal is, that type of thing.
I don't know though. I don't know what my goal is. I mean, I shaped most of my character aspects around that cloak because I got it at such an early stage.
I mean, I just said, like, you know, any sort of protection and or like, you know, enhancement of my
This one-
abilities, like anything that
this
would
one
help.
does not know. This one has no idea. This one's level 2.
Well, you're
No
a
clue.
druid, right?
Yeah, but
Okay. So
Just say
just
that.
tell him you're a druid.
yeah, we'll just go with that, I guess.
So how do you put it?
I don't know if that's what I don't know if that's what I always want to be. I mean.
That's all right. Go with what you are now.
Right? Okay, druid it is. Dude, I'm a druid. Did you
Brother of
see
the
a
Green.
plant thing? Yeah. All sorts of like I did the druid craft all around like.
Okay. A druid should be able to fight. I'll make sure that you're able.
Nice.
So he once again licks his finger and writes the word scimitar in the air.
Ooh, nice. Nice one, actually.
That's going to be a lovely compliment to the ordinary one I already have an inventory and know how to use. Nice.
All right.
But his shit's magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else, or is everyone just gonna let it go?
Well, I think at this point, just because I want to make sure, like, I think Sib would want everyone to get something and not miss out. So she is going to tell him that the speaker is a monk, that Hyacinth is a warlock, and okay, and there's Jeff's.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That's an interesting request. Let me see what I can do for you, my friend.
The speaker will kind of project an image to the smithy of like a set of ropes, or maybe like a quarterstaff for like a walking stick, because he's old as fuck.
So the walking stick. Okay. Alright. So we missed anyone? Just Hyacinth?
Just Hyacinth, yeah.
Okay.
Which Sib will pipe up and say that she is a warlock, so anything that for her small fairy body that she could use.
Alright. So hamster ball? No, just kidding.
Ooh, burn.
No, just joking. We'll get her for something special. And as I'm sure you can imagine, this will take me a little time to forge. So please, return to me in 2 days, and I will have these items for you.
Thank you, sir. This is very much appreciated.
All right. So where are we going from here? Or do you want to watch him work for a while?
I mean, Relic's interested in watching him for a while, for sure.
Yeah. Why not?
It's all good. So you guys watch him pound away on the anvil for a while. He's crafting what appears to be a bastard sword.
At some point, Sid will say to the group that it's in our best interest to return to the House of Solace and at least talk about like our next action, because we need to go up to the Tower of Naming.
Well, what time is it? Would it just be easier to go up to the Tower of Naming? Or is it like past midday or...
Anti-peak or peak, right?
Well, that's Sigil.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a sigil specific thing.
What's time here called then?
Do we have
Nothing?
like a
It's-
perception of...
Well, it's kind of always twilight here.
Fun. Okay. So sundials are
So
out.
how do we kind of tell our...
You've lived here long enough that you can kind of
Rest
gauge
cycle.
time.
Okay.
At least it's more of a circadian rhythm than a timepiece.
Mm-hmm.
So how far along on our rhythm are we?
About halfway through the day.
Okay.
Chirp, chirp.
Then maybe we should make our way up to the Tower of Naming.
Damn.
All right. So you guys are making your way to the tower?
No objection.
Yeah, I think that'd be our best bet. Like, let's get this thing rolling as much as we can.
All right. So you make your way to the Tower of Naming. Which is up here, by the way. So the Tower of Naming is actually a well-renowned wizard's college. It's a fairly large tower. Most of these towers actually are. There's nothing barring your door. You walk up. It is once again a very ornate structure. Seems to meld its way straight out of the stone and blend wood and rock and mineral together. The entire crest of the tower is pulsating, glowing crystals of varying colors. And from time to time you'll see sparks, puffs of smoke, and even a small muffled explosion coming from windows up in the higher levels.
All right. Well, I guess we make our way in.
Okay. All right, so you enter in. You're immediately met by a bustle of activity. A lot of cowled, bearded humans, a lot of wizened Eladrin, a few dwarves, just kind of not entirely uncommon. Gnomes, halflings, tieflings, Azamar, all manner of race are just blowing through here. It's a bustle of activity. It's hard to keep up with. There's 5 or 6 staircases that wind upward from the main lobby. There's half a dozen doors that lead out from it. There is what appears to at least have one time been a reception desk, but there's nobody minding it.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I probably go up to the reception desk anyways.
All right.
Yeah, let's look for a bell. Can I look for a bell on the desk?
There is actually a bell on the desk.
We're gonna ring it.
Ding, ding, ding! Top of morning.
So Kyler just reaches up, starts dinging it.
Why
Alright.
not, dude?
All right, you hit it once, and you feel something clasp your hand and like push it down on the bell. And there's a voice that issues forth from the air in front of you that says, "Please don't do that.
Sorry, dude.
I'm standing right here. What do you want?"
I make a flower blossom an apology and say, this one does most of the talking. I'll just be over here.
Mm.
Yes, Lady Chandria may have informed you of our visit. We need some information. Could you so kindly point us in the right direction?
You hear silence.
You know he's invisible, right? I mean, pointing you in the right direction is not.
Well, may you tell us where we need to go next?
I just showed you, but oh, God. You know, as one of the visibility impaired, I get this so much. It's not my fault. I was turned invisible by a freak accident. But anyway, if you go through the third door, 3 floors up, second hallway on the right, third door on the left. That will take you to our library and research center, at least the lower floors of it. I'm sure you can find your way from there.
Thank you. That's appreciated. I guess we follow her instructions.
All right.
Head up to the library.
Am I allowed to do something really quickly?
What do you want to do?
Use Druidcraft to make falling leaves, and then hand the vision of the leaves hanging in midair another flower.
Yeah. So you hit the leaves. To your surprise, the image that is revealed is Goliath-sized.
Still hand an animal flower. Hey.
And something reaches down and like grasps the flower, crushing it in the process.
He's big old gal here.
Yeah.
You want to try that again? Another flower.
Mm.
We'll do this until Lady Sib pulls me away. I'm like,
Which she
"Cheerio."
will quite quickly.
Mm.
And then I'm just like throwing flowers, like.
Now Sib's just gonna be dragging you by the collar.
Yeah. I'll
So-
do a little tuck and roll to get out of you grabbing my collar and somehow land ahead of you and be like, parkour.
Parkour. Oh Lord. All right, so she drags you up. So you guys make your way through the door, up the flights of stairs, down the hall, and through the door. Do I need to roll to see if you remember the directions?
Yeah.
As the note taker, no, you don't.
Oh, I'm a pretty, I've got a pretty good intelligence kind of thing. I was listening, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't
heard
know,
it,
I
but
know.
ADHD brain short-term memory instructions went whoop
It's
right
all
out
good. It's all good. So
of the player, not the character.
yeah, no, believe me, I know what you mean. So no, you guys make your way up. That's fine. You make your way up. You make your way into the library. You're constantly being like shoulder brushed and bumping into people. You knock an orderly over with a pile of books in his arms. He says something in a language you don't understand, but you're pretty sure it's some form of profanity. But you eventually make your way there. You open the door, and inside is a room that's 5 times larger than it should be to fit into where you are. This is enormous, spiraling bookcases just shoot up into, like out of vision almost. There's ladders and rolling staircases and books piled up and scrolls piled up and desks and writing utensils. So, what are you looking for there, Ginkgo?
I don't know, just
to see.
just looking around. Seems like a room that should have something important or notable.
Well, I mean, lots of notable stuff in here.
I don't know. Can we feel like a calling to any particular scroll or book?
It's overwhelming, honestly. There's so many. That's a very good roll, obviously. I will say that I'll give you this based on your roll, that you immediately managed to suss out some sense of organization to what appears to be chaos on the outside. You think you could probably find something if you had a title to look for.
What are we looking for exactly?
Can we also find some sort of like magical card catalog?
They don't actually have anything like that.
Okay, so we need to find a librarian.
Wait, what are we looking for exactly? Again?
And
A librarian?
Apart
is
from,
that what they're called?
like-
Arcanist or something?
You'll find there's plenty of librarians wandering around. There's loads of attendants here.
Let's see if we can find a librarian.
Yeah, let's flag one down.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't say ook.
Ook. All right, so you managed to flag down a tall, grizzled old human. He actually almost bumps into you. His nose is buried in a book as he's walking along. He's it's good, but yes. What? Excuse me. What? Yes.
Yes, but do you have any books that might point us to where the heart of the Feywild would be?
Heart of the Feywild? This preposterous. That's just, see, there's the glad, the etherealness, and then there's the astral, and then it's just he kind of drifts off for a second, goes quiet, and kind of looks up like he's lost for a second.
I imagine he's thinking.
Oh, what?
Yes, any book recommendations on the heart of the Feywild?
The heart of the, well, I mean, it's not a living creature. It doesn't have a heart. I mean, it's maybe it's a supposition, maybe an allegory or a pantomime, even. I suppose it's metaphor. Metaphor. Yeah, maybe you want to look in the fiction.
This isn't a thing of fiction. We have met with one of the primordials that created the Feywild and explicitly gave us instructions to place an artifact on the heart of the Feywild, and we need some sort of information, something where we can start to look for it. And Chandria believes that it might take us outside of the Feywild to even find it, so...
So you want travel. Travel. Yes, travel. He points to a large shelf that actually twists as it goes up, with stairs that follow the twist around. He
Could it
nice joke.
Could it possibly be under philosophical discussions?
Philosophy's in the back. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself and then go investigating. So I'll roll a d4, I guess, first.
Okay.
Okay, so ooh, nice.
Very
so
nice.
That gets added onto my investigation roll.
All right. Very nice.
Damn, dude.
Very nice.
Instantly finds everything. All of the stuff. Every single thing. All of it.
You even know where the librarian's smutty magazines are.
You find that one book he lost 3 years ago, and you're like, here.
Yeah.
You want it?
Those come out of his check, you know.
You want a job, little guy? Yes. So we have a section on travel he's picked out, and you have the section on philosophy. He's starting to look a little antsy, like he wants to get back to whatever it was he was doing now.
Well, I suppose we'll check there. Relic's already got philosophy covered. I guess I'll start looking in travel.
Okay.
Like shit.
Is there anything on religion?
Yeah, there's a religion section.
Alright, the speaker's kind of going to go check that one out.
All right, and you have no problem finding it based on your perception roll.
I'll go with you, dude.
Dude.
Just don't stop putting little pauses in like Pauly Shore.
Dude!
Yeah, I'll thank the librarian and then start looking in the travel tower. Tell me what I need to roll.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Now, what are you looking for specifically in travel? What type of travel are you looking for?
Probably planar travel. If I can see any books with evocative titles where it's like if I look at the book title, I can like kind of suss that it may have something with respect to the information I seek about the heart of the Feywild.
Okay.
Books with properly evocative titles, I guess. Considering what I'm looking for.
So there's a lot of books on travel, planar travel in particular. There's books on how to make portals, how to find portals, how to survive portals. There's a lot of informative books on the realms beyond the Feywild, the Fey Dark, the Prime Material, even some information on places like Sigil. I guess the things that really catch your eye as someone who's not familiar with pure planar travel, like you've probably taken portals, so well, you've definitely taken portals before, but this is a little more advanced that you're looking for, as far as what I'm gathering.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the ones that stick out to you, I'm going to say, are books. The deep ethereal and the astral planes, since they seem to touch on everything.
Okay. I'll check those out then.
Okay. So you're get a pile of books and head down the stairs and sit down at one of the desks there, start going through them. So we've got two people. Oh well, here let me get Relic first. This is true, the speaker. Relic, you already headed back to philosophy. You're looking for what in particular?
Any kind of suppositions on what the heart or spirit of the Feywild may be, or that kind of thing.
Okay.
Any kind of philosophical discussions about whether it's a being or an object or that kind of thing.
Okay. Now this is a tough one, just because it's a vague topic and a vague concept going into that topic too.
Philosophy teasing a vague subject.
I know. Yeah. So it's like, here's a vague principle. Let me delve into a vague topic to research it.
Yeah.
So I will say that within the realm of philosophy, you're not going to find a whole lot, but obviously, you know not to take the heart of the Feywild literally, based if you're looking in philosophy. The heart of the Feywild, according to the philosophical texts that you find that even touch on the subject, would be things like the heart of the Feywild is in her people. The heart of the Feywild is, the descendants of Corellin. The heart of the Feywild is chaos. The heart of the Feywild, is the pulse of the primordials who made it. But beyond that, you won't really find too much.
Descendants of Curlin. That could be interesting. Because if it was like descendants of the god Curlin Lorethian, then there could be a way of deducing if there's someone like an heir of some kind. I don't know why I'm latching onto that out of all of that you just said, but yeah.
No, go with what feels right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over with see if there's any lineages written down anywhere here.
All right, so now you're gonna go look for lineages. Okay, and that's fine. So we'll let you start working on that, and I'll move over to Kyler and Speaker.
Yeah.
You guys are looking in religion and historical religion. So obviously there's a lot of history here. And a lot of religion as well. A lot of religions are represented here. A lot of gods definitely have a stake in this realm.
We're kind of specifically looking at creation stories.
Okay. Well, the creation stories all come back to the primordials. Based upon historical texts, the primordials, for the most part, were cast out into the realm of chaos when the spell plague happened.
Yeah, and I don't think he can see what I'm looking at, so...
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Who? The speaker?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is kind of a general information as far as what both of you are finding, more or less. Unless you're
Okay,
trying to be
that's not what I'm-
specifically secretive.
Yeah.
What are you
That's
looking
not
for?
what I'm looking for.
Oh.
Redacted.
Okay. No, that's fine. No, I was answering his question primarily, but well, I'll do you separately then, so that we can kind of keep it independent.
Cool.
What I was going to say though is the primordials were cast out. Nobody really worships them, with rare exception. They actually exist, from what you gather, in almost like an alternate reality now. The realm of chaos, which is all things and nothing, all at once. But yeah, that would have been the creation story, really. And Kyler, what are you looking for specifically? I know you said you're looking for historical religion.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
I gotta figure out how to whisper in Roll20 because I don't know how to do that.
Oh, slash W.
Space GM.
Yeah. Everybody on the stream will see it, though. Yeah, that's you. But that's all right.
Does it have to be on the stream?
Well, yeah. We want our players to, or we want our watchers to know all your little secrets.
Why?
I just don't
Can't
worry
you
about the
just check
stream,
your
honestly.
Discord?
Like, when I whisper church all the
Oh, yeah.
fucking time. I'm just
Yeah.
I trust these people not to metagame.
Yeah, it's all good. If it's really that important, you can send me a message, and you have sent me a message in Discord. Well, that's interesting. Okay. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, we going places over here.
All right, so you're not going to really find anything directly attached to the current topic associated with that.
Okay.
I mean, you'll find information on that, obviously, especially in the religion section, but this individual that you're searching for has their own patron deity. That they worship, so.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna look back over at the myconid dude and be like, dude.
Dude.
Pretend to be looking at the pretty pictures. Dude.
All right.
Yeah, Jeff's looking, so.
Books on curses. You'll find books on curses. You'll definitely find books on curses. Lots of books on Fae curses too. The Fae are very, very good at curses.
Can confirm.
Very, very good at curses. Just waiting to see what Jeff's typing. Sorry. In case you're wondering why I went quiet.
Fair.
So, and obviously while you guys are researching, this is going to take some time. A lot of reading to go through, a lot of digging. So once you guys kind of complete your research here, we'll be getting on into evening. And Jeff, by the time anyone in this library, any of the library attendants actually recognizes what your curse is, none of them want anything to do with you. In fact, they get a little timid around, like they're just, oh, well, gee, left the burner on in my book depository, gotta go. So yeah, you can tell, like, that sets them off a bit. Not in an angry way, but like, oh god, no, you're scary, go away. It's sad, but true.
Insert guitar sting.
Wow.
Before we leave, the speaker would like to donate some hallucinogenic spores for them to conduct research.
Oh my god.
Are you, pulsing them out, or?
No, we're gonna leave them like a little sample on like a plate or something.
Oh, okay. Have some spores.
Here. Have some spores.
The good brownies.
Yep.
Dude.
These guys are like the scholar wizards, right? They can totally appreciate the chance to do research on some unique biology.
This is true. This is definitely true.
And, we can call that payment for their services in guiding us around to knowledge in things.
No, that works. they will take it. Jeff and Hyacinth are playing. All right. So yeah, you guys finish your research. Unless there's anything else you desperately want to look up, it's evening, according to your circadian rhythms.
Yeah, at this point, Sid's probably getting pretty hungry, and she's a little frustrated, so she's like pretty willing to call it a day, and then come back and do more research the next day, because she's probably just like, ugh, at this point.
Yeah, and you do have one whole full day before your order is ready.
Yep.
All right. So where are you guys going for the evening?
Back to the House of Solace, since Lady Chandria said that, she will rectify what happened there. So
Okay.
they were some comfortable beds.
All right.
And good
Yeah,
food.
and the red-haired Eladrin from before is incredibly apologetic. I'm so sorry. I meant no offense. I only sought to protect our patrons. I hope you can forgive my transgression. I had no idea that you were a guest of the lady.
The apology is accepted. Your concerns were understandable, especially considering the magnitude of what is going on here, so don't you worry about that.
Thank you for your understanding, my lady. I have set up your rooms. I've given you our finest rooms. Of course, your meals will be taken care of. Is there anything else I can do for you and your companions?
That's fine. Nothing additionally. I think we will just be, grabbing a bite to eat and talking amongst ourselves.
As you wish, my lady. So it takes you to the penthouse suites.
All right.
And you guys now have each an individual room with luxurious trappings. There is a small meal already laid out. Somehow it is your favorite food.
It's probably a little magic going on there.
Probably a little. Just a little.
Just a bit. Maybe a little detect thoughts here or there.
Just a little. So are you
I didn't know they had top ramen in Azrazalian.
top ramen? You'd be surprised. You would definitely be surprised.
Nice, dude.
All right. So what's there? Is there anything, or are we just going straight for a rest?
Eat and then rest, unless everyone's up for like a powwow to talk about their findings of the day.
All right. It's up to you guys entirely. It's just getting all your notes ready for when you do make it back to the smith.
All right. Hey, there's Simon. Would like to do a little powwow.
All right. So would you like to meet in the bar? There is a small bar.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. There's also a day room and a small garden. It's up to you.
Day room sounds good.
Okay. So the day room, there's an enormous hearth and mantle burning peat. Lush divans and cushions line thick, beautifully crafted shag carpets in front of it, woven from some natural fiber. You can't really tell what. The walls are adorned with portraits and landscapes from throughout the Feywild, and the entire internal structure is made of beautiful, smooth, dark wood.
Very nice. So, Sib is going to motion everyone to sit around the fire because she wants to talk.
I'm not there.
Really?
I'm here. I think.
Okay. It's fine. It's up to you guys, if you are.
All right. Yeah. Sib just
No,
wanted to
that's-
talk about research findings, and she would have told y'all about that before knocking on your rooms.
Cool. I'm not sure what I missed, but okay.
All right. So, is it everyone but Kyler?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Kyler's throwing back some brewskis. All right.
Dude.
So yeah, you guys go ahead. Your powwow. Would you like food or drinks, or just everyone content?
I think everyone's content. We ate what's in our rooms, but well, the Tower of Naming was more unhelpful than I could have imagined. What did everyone else find?
Did I find anything else from the lineages thing?
No, not really.
Okay.
It elven lineages going back that far are very chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like gender swapping along the way, chaotic.
Yeah. Okay, so even with my miraculously high roll, and I know that I searched pretty much as well as I could have done, there was nothing.
Nothing that tied back to what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You'll find the information that you want, and you'll be able to tell without a shadow of a doubt that it's just a dead end.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll relay that. Nah, it's a dead end. Stupid.
Yeah, I found books about the ethereal and astral planes and how to travel them, which may come in handy, but didn't point to anywhere where Heart of the Feywild might be.
We searched creation myths in religion and folklore from across the lands. It all comes down to chaos. We must visit the realms of chaos.
Why the realms of chaos?
Is where the heart of the Feywild resides.
Did it say, did you in your research find where the Heart of the Feywild would be necessarily?
No, what Feywilds created from chaos. So to chaos we go.
Hmm. That would be quite the journey. Would I have any idea what he's talking about whenever he says like we must go to chaos, like a little hint nudge nudge that we need to go to one of the outer planes, perhaps?
Well, make a low DC history check.
Okay.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah, well,
I'm-
you've already. Well, no, that was it. Yeah, you go ahead, both of you.
That's it.
Sorry.
But, I mean, history's history. I'm good
Hey.
at history.
Bam, yeah. So yeah, you guys are familiar enough with the spell plague, and what happened. In fact, there's still places in the Feywild, like where the Star Elves live, that are basically cut off from planar travel because of the blue fire left over from the spell plague. The Forgotten Realms especially were hit hardest, well, not entirely isolated, and that caused a rift to where an alternate version of Toril, the world the Forgotten Realms takes place in, was actually ripped away, and the primordials were more or less cast out there, the ones that survived. The spell plague killed gods. Just in case you are unfamiliar with it as a player, it killed gods. Like, this was a huge disruptive ordeal that affected every realm, and the only reason the Feywild returned to the edge of prime material reality was because of the spell plague.
Oh, so maybe
Sweet.
not a good idea to like walk into the eye of the storm and like try to put the crown on it then.
I have the storm be over.
I mean, Relic's probably thinking maybe the gods should have worn masks.
Yeah, just out of character as a player, like the spell plague was like 4th edition D&D shakeup of the pantheons that everyone fucking hated, and
don't know, I
with
thought-
5th edition was
I thought-
essentially like retcon, return everything to normal.
I thought I'd read about the spell plague in 3.5. or
Yeah,
3rd
it started back in 3rd edition. 4th edition took it to new
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I'll-
like a shakeup of the D&D pantheon, and everyone fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never could stand 4th edition, but yeah, 3rd edition I loved. But so yeah, I remember the spell plague from that.
Yeah, well, it in this particular, we'll call this reality, this iteration of reality. Like the aspect of the realm of chaos is I like that. I keep that. So, but basically, the realm of chaos, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is basically the opposite of everything. Like all the elemental planes, it's like they're opposite. If that makes any sense.
None, but perfectly in one way. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a realm of pure, unadulterated chaos. Elements flitter and change and morph and meld constantly. Nothing stands the same. And it is a realm ruled by primordials entirely.
Is this limbo or elemental chaos?
Elemental chaos.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really dangerous place to be traveling.
Very.
Very.
Mhm. I'm pretty sure we shouldn't go there right now.
Yeah, no.
But, Sibs, your research will actually based upon what you did research, there are ways to touch on and affect that realm without actively traveling through it. But that would involve you traveling into the border ethereal and making your way into the deep ethereal realm.
Well, if that's where everyone wants to go, that's as good of an idea as any, but I would like to do more research tomorrow. Because we still have another day before our things are being done, made, so we can have another day of research. I have some leads that I would like to follow tomorrow, but we must rest first.
Okay. So, are we resting, or do you have more you want to go through?
That's about as much talking as like I've had. As if everyone else is good, I think take a rest now.
Yeah, the speaker will kind of invite you all to meld for the evening.
Would anyone like to meld with the speaker for the evening?
I'll just be going back up to my private room.
That's fair. That's fair.
After the last time I've been having the big bloody nightmares and everything like that, you know, under his no, not a fan of that idea at all.
All right. So, Kyler, since you're all being antisocial, is there anything you need to do before you rest for the night?
Just practicing my skills and
Okay.
creating spontaneous breezes within the room.
All right. Well, your alternate idea there was they'll snuff out before they actually catch.
Drat.
So I will give you the night for free. Nothing happens. You're in one of the safer locations in the city.
Oh,
The only thing that happens over the course of the evening is you are all troubled by dreams. Dreams of incandescent mist and fog. Dreams of not being able to move physically, but move with your mind. Disorientation, not knowing which way is up and down, right and left. Struggling to breathe, only to realize that you never stopped. Bright colors, greens, blues, hues unseen by eyes before your own, even. And a light that never ends.
that kind of.
No, all of you have the same dream, but of course none of you know you all have the same dream.
Yeah. Sounds familiar. This place sounds familiar to me as a player, but you know.
Yeah, same.
So
Wait, are you blaming it on the building?
well, yeah, stupid building.
Do we catch anything else while we are traveling through the ethereal in our dreams?
No, it's more just a view of the ethereal more than anything. Could just be a result of your research, filtering into your mind's eye while you're sleeping.
Probs, darn.
You know how funky dreams are.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I was hoping that maybe it would be a prophetic vision, but can't always have nice things.
I mean, technically, it still might be a prophetic vision if we end up in the ethereal.
If that's where we go, yeah.
So day 2, breakfast greets you, sitting in your room already fixed. Once again, your favorite foods. No trace of how it got there, or how they know what your favorite foods are.
More top ramen, yes. This time it's shrimp.
This is the Feywild. They eat prawns.
Even better, dude.
Chicken.
So yeah, breakfast is fantastic. Based upon the comfort of your room and the multiple meals you've had that are so divinely fixed, and the fact that it is your favorite food, for the next day, you each have an inspiration.
All right, nice.
So,
Mark that on my sheet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it only lasts the day, so make sure you use it.
All right, well, I've got an idea of what I might use it for. So once we are all done to the party, how about we head back to the library at the Tower of Naming?
Okay.
Everybody in compliance, or does anyone else have any other ideas that they want to do?
No, I'm also thinking about going to the library too. After that specific kind of dream, I'm thinking Sib might have been on the right track.
All right.
With travel.
Okay, so back to the Hall of Naming, or the Tower of Naming, excuse me.
Yes.
You guys know your way through, unless you guys want to stop and ask any questions or bother anyone along the way. No. All right, so.
Nah, we're headed straight up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, more flowers for me, but
More flowers? Are you still bugging the receptionist?
I choked on my own saliva there for a second. Blech.
I do that so often, it's ridiculous.
What?
Hey, if you're gonna choke on something, at least it's yours. Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, that was barmy. Anyways.
More flash. Just choo.
I'm gonna pull Kyler away. Just like yesterday.
All right. Yeah, you hear the grumpy, invisible Goliath lady kind of mumbling under her breath about wanting to step on Kyler.
More spring breezes and flowers.
The dude bro hippie that Kyler is.
Dude.
So,
Cartwheel. Parkour.
parkour. So you make your way back into the library. What do you want to do while you're here?
I'm going to flag down a librarian.
Okay.
And I want to ask where they may have books on magical artifacts.
Before he
Oh.
walks up, I use Druidcraft to wave the smell of a skunk before Lady Sib.
Oh no. So you do that, and this guy's probably like a 2 million-year-old dwarf. Stout and stocky. He's got big, thick, like quartz spectacles on that make his eyes look 4 sizes too big. Big, gnarled gray beard, but half the mustache is missing on one side. The smell hits him. He kind of blinks his big eyes for a second. Looks around and holds his finger up. Sorry. Artifacts. Artifacts. Yeah. Yeah, over there.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to head that way, and what I want to look for, and I will be using my inspiration for this one, is I want to see if I can find a book that might have information about that diadem.
Okay. So we're gonna go with history.
All right.
Ooh, something
That's
else.
advantage, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Do you want the 19 just in case?
I'll take the unnatural 20, thank you.
All right. So, you open it up and you do find mentions of the diadem. They're very vague. And this is something that's going to take you better part of the day to research, okay? Because when I
Okay.
say vague, this is extremely vague. Like you're going through tome after tome after tome and finding little hints and bits here and there. So it is the diadem of the 7 stars. So at least you have a
Alright.
name for it now.
Okay, perfect.
The diadem of the 7 stars was created by one of the original primordials. One of the first. This is a creature that predates most deities. That's how far
Dang.
back we're going. When it created the diadem, it was initially an attempt at not ceding power, but creating unification within the multiverse. It was an attempt to bring unity amongst its brethren, the creators of the multiverse,
All right.
One diadem to rule them all.
more or less. But as it did this, not understanding the chaotic nature of the reality it helped create entirely, because it was in and of itself an act of chaotic creation, the diadem, rather than unifying, split this primordial in 2.
Oh.
Ah.
Now it's form and name has changed countless times through the course of centuries and millennia. But you will find mention of the black stag with 1,000 antlers, and you will find mention of the Dark Mother who rests in the black earth.
Are they the same being?
Dun dun dun.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Two halves of the
Same coin.
one soul, two pieces.
Not even gonna go where my mind went on that one.
Yeah, so if the thing was created to essentially create unity but split the primordial in two, I assume that just trying to put it, like, say on the mother would be a bad idea here.
We would need to have them both in the same room, so to speak, maybe.
I don't think it would reunify them.
Yeah, probably not.
So, no, that's it's all right, Joe. So the is anyone else researching anything while Seb
Yeah,
is going through this?
So the ancient dwarven librarian, in dwarven relic will, say, honored elder, I would like to look into traveling the astral realm, the dangers, and how to guard against those dangers and how to remain safe in the astral realm, blah blah blah, all that.
Now the ethereal is what you want there.
Yeah, and then after that, the ethereal too.
Lost my mustache in the astral realm. Burned right off my face. So he immediately begins to regale you with a harrowing tale of being on a arcane-powered ship at some point that traveled between worlds. It was powered by...
Sounds incredibly sexy to Relic. Okay.
It does, but
Is it in an airship?
you're wondering if he's telling you the truth. Keeps mentioning a word in Dwarven that roughly translates into like magic punching.
I knew it from the get-go, but that's a good one. God, it's hard not to metagame.
He keeps talking about magic punching and traveling between worlds and realities and some misty space that hangs in between that's filled with dangers and the floating bodies of dead gods. It's a regaling tale, but you're like, yeah, I mean, my clutch wasn't hatched yesterday.
To be fair, Relic's probably only about 11, 12 years old at best. But most of that was with dwarves. So I might have heard maybe at a stretch stories of that kind.
No,
Perhaps as, like,
not stories of this kind.
But but like, I mean, dwarves aren't really known for their tall tales.
Oh
Wow.
no, we
Okay.
went there.
Ooh, the largest of badooms.
Oh no. Oh no.
Anyway,
I'll be here all week.
I mean, apart from their short tempers, they're
Short.
Yeah. Oh no, it keeps going. So look, he's obviously not pulling your tail here, but
That's true. I mean, he could if he wanted to. I do have one.
yeah, but it's astoundingly almost beyond belief. I mean, he's rattling on and on. Like you got him excited. He's telling you tales of defending the borders of the ship from Gith pirates and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, what are you
To
really?
be honest,
What's funny is that's applicable to both the Astral Sea and the Phlogiston.
Oh yeah. He's just steady going on and on. Like you got him rolling now.
Nice.
oh yeah, Relic's loving it. So these ships. What are they made of? That big gosh. Ooh, fantastic
Well, I mean, what's any ship made of?
stuff.
Wood and steel and blood and sweat and tears.
If I'm allowed to, I
Yeah.
want to stay for the first part of that and then start to amble away right about now.
All right. Do, 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 do.
Yep.
Although that entire conversation was probably in Dwarven, so you might not have understood much of it.
Now, if you spoke to him in Dwarven, he came back in Dwarven. Although I don't know, Kyler might be multilingual.
That is true.
Tyler should be multilingual. The question is, does he know Dwarven?
Yeah.
Not that.
No. It's okay. It looked exciting. There was lots of hand gesturing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of big facial expressions from Relic too.
Something was
Really?
positively fascinating. I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna go over here and see something that's redacted.
All right, so as Relic is getting regaled with tales of magic punching. Yeah, what's Kyler up to? You seem like you had a something in mind.
That was the Gladiator tune.
I have sent you yet another.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My Discord's muted while I have the overlay running, so I apologize. Okay. So yeah, you're back to researching that topic.
Cool beans. I look for any full page pictures and try to find a way to spin this for
The
later.
Okay.
nudie mags are over there.
I did
Why
find.
do you know where they are?
But no, in fairness, now somebody did find those earlier. I mentioned it specifically.
Someone was paying keen attention. All right.
All right. Is
Fair,
and
fair.
just to be fair, is anyone else doing anything here?
The speaker's gonna check in on the guys that he left the spores with yesterday. See how their research is going. Maybe they need some more.
They're nowhere to be found.
Even better.
Nowhere to be found. They're probably enjoying those spores somewhere right now.
For multiple definitions of enjoyment, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yes. You actually ended up handing them off to basically the equivalent of elven college kids. So.
Perfect.
Do you know what I could do with these and dancing lights?
Dude.
Kyler's people.
Mike and a blotter.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Don't go behind that stack.
So Is anyone else doing anything of a serious note while we're in here? Or just kind of passing the time researching and reading and looking around?
I know. I mean,
Because, like I said,
Relic's
Sib's research is going to take the better part of the day.
Can the speaker kind of help Sib? Maybe we can get through it quicker with multiple eyes on the stack of tomes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I'll let that go. And of course, Relic, that dwarf will sit there and regale you with tales of his life aboard the magic puncher.
Oh, he was on the big fucker. Holy shit.
He'll regale you with tales, yeah. As long as you'll sit there and listen.
yeah. I mean,
Like, he was on the legend?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a big dog. He's an ancient dwarf.
Bruh.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, while I'm loving the stories, I did just want to find the book stacks on, like, you know, astral travel and, you know, the dangers, and also, like, how to protect yourself from those dangers, and also a little bit about the ethereal realm, because those dreams, it couldn't kind of
Differentiate.
make sense. Yeah.
Alright.
So, but, like, because Sib was talking about the astral realm, he's sort of, like, thinking maybe that's something to do with where they have to go. So like, that's
Well, from
but he's enjoying the story.
I will say, from his very vivid descriptions, what you saw in your dream was not the astral. From his, because he's very descriptive, it was not the astral plane that you were seeing.
Cool.
So he'll direct you if you stop him and say, "Wow, this is an amazing story, old man," or whatever. Like, I got to go. He won't be offended. He'll let you go on, and he'll point you to information.
As opposed to, that's great, I gotta go. I'd be more like, you know, the astral realm sounds like it's an amazing place. Have you ever heard of a place? And then I'll describe what I dreamed of.
Oh. He'll nod and say, "Oh, you. That's the deep ethereal right there. That's a weird place." Yeah, he's confusing. A lot of weird things there. Weird, yeah. You know, you kick your feet around, you don't go anywhere, but you think about it, and poof, there you are.
Is there any books on that place?
Oh yeah, right over there.
Cool. I'll go and hunt down some interesting books on that place and see if we can figure out
All right.
some important information that we could use to our advantage.
All right, so make a skill check for me. Roll a nerd stuff check, aka intelligence.
Oh, just straight intelligence.
Yeah,
check.
just an intelligence check.
Ooh, okay. Can I give myself a guidance
If
to
you
go with it?
you can, you still have your inspiration.
Ooh, okay. Then I'll do that with I'll use my inspiration then, and make sure I get an advantage also.
All right.
Work.
Let's get a nerdy inspired intelligence check.
Alrighty.
Nerdy and inspired. Okay. So no, that's okay. This wasn't terribly difficult. So you've been told what you've seen. Sib mentioned some of her findings for it that ring familiar and true. So what you're going to find is more of survival within that realm.
Yeah.
What you'll find is this. The deep ethereal is made of mists that is actually particles that is unrefined reality. The deep ethereal itself is literally like unrealized potential. So things within that realm will build into semi to full solid and then deteriorate. This is where demiplanes are made and where demiplanes go to be unmade. So while you are there, if you were to go there, you could breathe just fine because the particles that you would be inhaling, your body would take from potential and immediately make into the expected reality of what you're breathing. There are notes that you'll find where people can actually, not people, but individuals, creatures that have spent enough time there have actually attenuated and can actually absorb sustenance in various forms from the same matter, no longer needing to eat or drink directly, but at the same time being able to just pass through without needing to. You'll find some little side notes that state that food becomes incredibly bland if you bring it there, although it won't go bad or anything. And a lot of people like use devil weed and like abyssal spices that normally would rip your tongue out of your mouth in this realm because it will deaden it down and actually provide flavor.
Gotcha.
Movement is achieved through thought, and everything is an act of sheer will rather than physical exertion there. So if you were to move physically for a week in one direction and move physically for a week back the exact same direction you came, you would not be in the same place you started. Whereas if you were to think about I need to be here and use a sheer force of will, you would immediately be there. So yeah, that's more or less what you find.
Cool. I'll be writing down little notes of information for everybody else to read
Right.
through at their leisure.
That works. Is anyone else doing anything over the course of the day?
Well, if this time after I've done that, I'm gonna head back down the slopes and go back to the smith's place and watch him working, because it's a relic that's just
Fascinated.
beautiful to watch.
All right. Yeah, that's no problem. There's actually a tavern right outside there. If you look, the lantern tree. So we'll say by the time you guys wrap up this, it's getting to be evening again. Relic, since you're already there, he'll actually motion you over to him.
Ooh. Yeah. What?
So
What?
I've completed your order. Would you like the item that you requested?
Yes. Absolutely. Yep.
All right. He says, well, stand up straight for me.
Ow.
He holds up a mithril set of half plate in front of you, kind of gauges it, and straps it onto you. It feels remarkably light and quiet.
Oh my. Relic's just stood there in silence, almost like shivering in delight.
So there you go. You have a mithril half plate set. It's basically +1 bonus to AC, no disadvantage on stealth checks or strength requirements.
Oh my. I will literally say that this.
this is beautiful workmanship.
And it is. It is. Is everyone else heading over there, by the way?
Oh yeah, like once Sib is done with the research, she'll go and check on the status of the order.
Okay. All right. Sib, if you're next in line, he says,
Okay.
You were a tricky one. I didn't make this, but it was in the possession of a dear, dear friend. And since I couldn't come up with anything that seemed suitable, I decided that you should have this. And I think it will serve you well in the days ahead. He hands you a small crystalline pendant that glows just slightly.
Oh, well, that is very much appreciated.
He says this is a periapt of wound closure.
I do think that will indeed serve me well. Thank you, and I'm going to put it on.
Okay. So, obviously, while you wear that pendant, you will stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll hit die to regain hit points, you double the number of hit points it restores.
All right, sweet.
Anybody else? I mean, I won't force anyone. He can keep some items.
Yeah, the speaker will walk up.
All right. So he says, good. He hands you a Ironshot Staff that appears to be made of glass. Slender and hollow. You heft it. It only weighs about 2 or 3 pounds. He says this will help you stay alive. This will defend you. And he explains to you how to use it. It's a staff of defense. So while holding it, you have a +1 bonus to your armor class.
Okay.
It has 10 charges, which are used to fuel the spells inside it. And I'll send this all to you, but you can use your action to cast one of the following spells. Mage Armor for 1 charge, Shield for 2. And it regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges a day at dawn.
Sweet.
If you expend its last charge, however, and keep this in mind, you have to roll a d20. If you roll a 1, it shatters. If you expend all of them. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. The speaker expresses great gratitude.
You're most welcome. Alright. Kyler, are you still there?
Dude.
Would you like your item as well?
Yeah.
Alright. So he hands you a silvered scimitar. You can almost feel a slight vibration as you grasp it. He says, this is a scimitar of speed.
Speed is key, gamers.
So while you have this, you'll get a +2 bonus to attack and damage. It is a magic weapon. And in addition, you can make 1 attack with it as a bonus each turn. As a bonus action.
Scribbling furiously.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Okay. What would I need to roll to thank him properly?
What do you mean by properly?
Like, within the realm of the customs that I don't understand at all.
Oh, so like Eladrin customs.
Yes.
Are you familiar with them to some degree from living in the Feywild?
Mm. Yes.
Yeah, I would imagine you are. I mean, honestly, just in a case such as this, just being polite would be enough. Like, this is a gift from the lady through him more than a gift from him. So he's doing his job, more or less.
Okay. Then whatever would be appropriate, like, thanks, dude, or
That's fine. He won't be offended or anything.
Can I leave him a dime bag?
A what?
A dime bag?
Of spores?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
he wanted
All right.
an inhale, dude.
That sounds appropriately.
No problem at all. So he actually hands rings to Hyacinth and Jeff, but I won't go into what those are in front of everyone, just in case.
All right.
Yeah, but they both got rings. And with that, he says, "May they serve you well."
Thank you. And I guess since it's evening, we head back to the House of Solace.
All right. Once again, in your rooms, you'll find your favorite meals cooked to perfection. The beds have been made almost to the point where it feels like a brand new bed. Is everybody
well.
eating and sleeping, or anything else going on?
Probably eat and another powwow to discuss research.
All right. Is everyone attending, or? Kyler, are you joining?
Yeah, I'll just sit there, sure.
Okay. So day room again, or?
Yeah, I think day room again. It's
Okay.
served us pretty well.
All right. So you meet in the day room of the House of Solace. I won't describe it again. Save time.
Yeah. Well, I got a little more useful information. What we have is called the Diadem of the Seven Stars. It was created by one of the very first primordials, which we met, though not in their original form. For the original primordial created this to bring unity to all of the primordials, but because it was created out of the stuff of chaos, whenever it was used, it actually split the primordial in two, which was... We met one half of that primordial, the stag of 1,000 antlers, and the Dark Mother is the other half. And it took a bit, but I was able to piece together information on this. But all of the references were very vague, but, you know. I know it's history, but what we need to do with this is another question entirely. Did you lot find anything interesting?
About traveling in the ethereal and a lot of stories about the astral realm.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
that one dude was crazy.
What did you find on the ethereal?
No. I'll share the notes that I wrote down. Basically, everything they got was, it's all mental.
All
Thought
right.
of will, and
It's a
you
mental
have to
place.
You have to believe everything that you're doing.
All right, so I'm
Dude.
reading over his notes.
Sounds trippy.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like the place that I dreamt about last night, honestly.
Yep, me too.
Did we all have the same dream?
I'll describe what dream I had.
Pretty much matches up note for note.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's what I dreamt about.
That aligns with a vision we had while meditating last night.
Hmm. That's 3.
Hyler, Jeff, Hyacinth?
I'll say Jeff and Hyacinth kind of agree.
What?
The dream that we all seemed to had last night.
Oh,
you have it
sorry,
too?
dude. I wasn't listening.
Oh, never mind.
Dude.
Well, considering that travel is by thought, this is really the best lead of any that we have. I guess we go into the deep ethereal, but then what do we even think about when we're in there? That's a question. Do we just go into the deep ethereal and then think that we want to go to the heart of the Feywild and it will take us there, or...
That is precisely how it will work.
So, everybody give me a perception roll.
Everyone?
If you want to. You don't have to. It's all good.
Whoop, still had advantage toggle, never mind.
It's all good. So, Sib and the speaker. Very faint, but you felt the ground shake and heard the sound distantly of an impact, a large impact, somewhere in the distance. Very faintly at the edge of hearing, you hear people screaming.
Oh no.
War is here.
Maybe it may be an attack from the Fomorian armies, but as Lady Chandria advised, it would be in our best interest to go and get out of here while it's still a great distance away. We should go, everyone.
A portal.
I
Do
don't
we
know
have-
where.
Do we have a portal? Did anybody learn a portal in the wizard tower?
No, I don't believe anyone learned of a specific portal. Sib did do a little research on portals.
But
Did you happen to learn a GTFO portal while you were in the wizard tower?
I think that magic is a little beyond her just yet.
Okay, we'll have to come back. Hopefully this town still exists.
Anybody
no.
pick up a yeet spell, dude?
yeah, no portal that could get us out of here right now, but we need to leave the city before we get hurt.
Yeah, so as you're speaking, you hear another impact. This one slightly closer. It's enough to where, especially now that everyone's attention has been drawn and everyone's listening, you can hear it just a doom, 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 and then sounds of people screaming.
Oh gods, we need to get out of here now.
Come on.
So
We kind of. What are the people like the staff at the inn doing?
well, there's nobody in the room with you, nobody in the day room with you.
Like, I'm wondering how safe the inn is.
Hard to say.
Because the place was covered in like magic and wards and stuff.
The whole city is.
The whole city is, but it's still being attacked.
It is.
We should go.
Should we go outside and... Is our boat still at the docks?
Your little skiff. Yeah, as far as you
would
know.
we even be able to like row a little our little skiff past whatever invading army is coming? Because they're coming by boat. Clearly, this is an island.
But they might be.
Well, it depends. We would need to go outside and
how
look.
do we even get out of here? We're kind of cornered.
You want to go outside and look?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to go outside and look.
All right. So you guys head outside. There we go. Fire. Explosion. So, as you walk outside in the distance, if you're walking in your map, you see boom, boom,
Oh,
boom, boom, as a bombardment begins.
well, that's not good.
I hope you guys could see that.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. Is that from the sky?
Yeah, they're coming down. It's hard to say if it's something being shot from the water or something coming down from above. Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
Is it destroying the roof, the the tops of these buildings as they hit?
I will
Is it-
say
or is it breaking up in some sort of...
these buildings along the edge of the wharf are taking direct damage. These buildings more internal. There appears to be some sort of barricade that's not blocking but deflecting some of the damage.
Hmm.
should probably run.
You definitely hear screams in the distance.
That's the path to our boat.
Yeah, so the bombardment is happening near the docks. Honestly, it looks like the buildings closest to us have something that's deflecting the bombardment. We'd probably be in our best interest to head back inside. I don't know how much longer we'll be safe for.
Feels wrong hiding inside, though. Uh-oh.
Sorry, the buildings are on fire. Just showing you where the damage is actually obvious.
Alright.
I don't know any magic that could put out that many fires.
No, it would take a long time.
Nah.
So, are you guys wanting to go back inside and hunker down and wait it out, or?
Well, this is the nice inn. Do they have a bunker?
No, not that you know of.
Okay.
But
Uh,
Zip
and-
said out loud that the buildings in front of us seem to have something that deflected the bombardment, so...
Yeah, well, remember, it didn't block it, it just deflected some of the damage. So, like, these buildings are still taking some damage. As you guys are looking and, like, oh my god, what the hell? I will say, like, you see a regiment of the Sword Guard tearing, like, past you down the roads and towards the dock. Those of you with very good vision out here in the water can see ship-to-ship combat going on with the the Sword Guard galleons out in the water fighting something.
We're not getting out of the city tonight.
Should we, like, hitch a ride with some city guard and go help them out?
You want to chase after them?
Yeah, I mean, they probably got a big enough boat. We could go help them defend their city or something.
Mhm.
Hopefully not get sunk.
Yeah, Relic's tempted. He doesn't feel good about just hiding inside, even though he's a tiny little ass kobold.
So you want
True, and
to join the fray?
He's still waiting on Sib.
Sib doesn't feel good either, but like, she's tempted to get active, so
Do you want to join the fray?
Maybe let's get a closer look. It looks like they're battling out there in the water. Let's at least go take a look, see.
Okay.
Get a better assessment of our situation.
So you want to head down to the wharf?
Close enough to where we can see what's going on.
All right. So we'll just have the speaker's token there kind of represent all of you guys. If you want to move it and show me where you're going. There you go. So going down between the houses, House Kior and House Kendrick, or no, that's Tulani and Kior. All right, so yeah, you make your way down. This whole area is just ablaze. You see all manner of creature running around, screaming. There are bodies in the street. Various, some of them are injured, some of them are dead. There are priests from the Temple of the Lady, the Tower of Stars, running around. You can see them just doing everything they can to get people healed and on their feet and ushering them inside the inner realms of the city. From over here, you as you're moving past the streets, you actually see this thing come to life and step down off its pedestal in kind of a jerky motion as it begins to stomp down the street and make its way towards the wharf, eyes glowing burning red. Once again, those of you with good eyesight down here by the water's edge will see a large regiment of the Sword Guard, bows at the ready, firing volleys into the air.
I don't know. It may be in our best interest to head back inside. The priests are shuffling everyone into the inner city. Maybe we should head back. They're not here yet.
So, as you say that...
Oh boy.
As you say that, an enormous creature steps out of the water. Right here. An enormous, 14-foot tall Fomorian, hunched over, gray skin glistening from the water with an enormous club in his hand, one big bug eye staring around, and he takes a swipe at the Sword Guard, whoosh, with his huge club. They managed to dodge out of the way narrowly, deftly even. You can see their skill at play right there. But you can see two more coming up out of the water behind this one. The Fomorians are about to breach.
Oh gods, we need to get out of here, but how?
Channeling Kyler, sorry.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anybody know a portal?
What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Dun, 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 dun.
I know no portal. And our way out to the city is blocked.
Well,
Alright.
hold on. I might have a line for combat. Wait a second. I wrote a shitload down. Are we doing that? Are we doing combat? Is that a thing?
Are we?
I would not recommend
I don't know.
attacking these
Should
things.
we not fight this thing? I don't. Is that a bad idea? Like out of
But-
character, I have no idea what this thing is.
Are we
The
helpless?
Fomorians, I mean, they're essentially giants, like...
I mean,
So it sounds
if-
badass if we
if
kill
we're-
it, then, right?
if
We
they're
just
in
got all
melee
these
with-
weapons and we're supposed to go in the house, dude.
Battle
if they're
music.
in melee- Yeah, I mean, if they're in, nice.
Dude.
If they're in melee with the Eladrin soldiers, we
Like-
can help by like firing from ranged.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's got some ranged abilities here.
Dude.
Like-
Yes.
The lady did give us all this. Like, we should help her defend her city. Otherwise, there won't be a city here for us to come back to for more knowledge. Once we know the right questions to ask.
So as you're talking, the Fomorian takes another swipe, and you see one of the sword guard go flying backwards and smash in a bloody pulp against one of the buildings.
Oh, dude.
Well, okay. How far away are they, church?
They're right down here. You're looking straight down this alleyway at the action.
How many feet is that? Hard to tell on the map.
Yeah. Well, it's loose.
Block and a half.
We'll say that this is about 100 feet to the edge of these buildings.
Alright. Well, Relic's gonna start running forwards. Then I'll dash forward to 60 feet.
All right.
Can we do our union mandated break before we really get into this?
We can if you'd like. I
Yeah,
have no
we
problem. Although I think we've only got about 30 minutes.
We do
Oh.
have only 30 minutes.
Never mind then.
You want to just wrap it up and keep going?
What? No, we can just keep going.
Okay. No, it's all good. All right. So you take your dash action to move.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You see more and more of these things as you get closer. You see more and more of them coming up out of the water, which is a little weird. They're not aquatic.
Interesting.
Not aquatic.
Nope.
They obviously use other means of aquatic travel.
Possibly. That was very loud.
Hmm.
Dum, 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 dum.
Can I roll to see that something's off if they're coming up out of the water like this?
You can.
Like, what would I roll? Insight, investigation?
Let's go investigation for this.
Yeah, because this is a pretty sus.
Something's going on. There's some sort of magic at play here. You're not sure what. But yeah, there's some sort of magic at play, for sure.
Is it maybe some sort of illusion?
Definitely not an illusion.
Sometimes illusions hurt.
Yes.
Probably evocation of some kind.
Some sort of...
How do we pacify a 15-foot ogre or Fomorian.
Yeah, much worse.
Keep hitting them
And there are
until they're
multiples.
Yeah, at this point there are 6 out of the water that you can see.
Oh,
Keep in mind you're looking down this alleyway, so you're only seeing the edge of the water here.
And how many of the Eladrin soldiers are there on land?
6 or 7 that you can see. I believe when Sib gave you guys the introductory tour of the city, I think it came up that there are about 600 sword guard in total.
Yep, it did.
So you would have that in the back of your mind. Every one of these deaths is worth like 15 normal soldiers.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do here.
It's up to you. Whatever you guys want to do. Like, I'm not pushing you to fight, and I'm going to be very kind and tell you that if you decide you want to take any of these on, like one by one, these are a challenge rating 8 creatures each.
Ooh. Wowza.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that just to be nice because I don't want your second level ass running up there and getting squashed. You know?
Yeah, no, Sid didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
I just,
Like, these are the terror of the Feywild here, these things.
But-
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing another path, though. We're supposed to be the heroes of the story. We can't just go and cower in the hotel.
Well, you can assist the fight, just before you run up and get into club range.
Oh yeah. No. Relic was thinking about just getting in within very far melee, ranged attack range, and maybe
Yeah.
dropping a heal on some of the injured.
That's fine. Oh yeah.
guard.
The sword guard is towing the line. I'll say that. They're holding their own. They're fighting like rabid dogs out here. Like, these cats are flipping around in mithril plate mail, whirling double-bladed swords. Yeah.
Nice.
Like, they're chewing up the Fomorians as they come ashore, and then there's a whole row of archers behind them.
can I would like to look for another way off of the island.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the speaker's just gonna look for any, like, remnant civilians and try and get them to the priest for safety.
Okay. So some of you are helping civilians. Sib, this is actually the main port of call right here.
Okay.
You guys came in over here. That's
Right.
where your little boat is, but you may find another ship here because that's where the main shipping port is.
Is the main port of call being attacked right now, or how close is it to the Fomorians?
You can't really see from where you're at right now. You're not sure.
All right. Let's see. How close is the rest of the party to me?
Well, Relic ran up to about here. Everyone else is pretty much with you.
Relic's about 60 feet away.
Yeah. Relic, I'm gonna go look at the main port of call and see the danger that's around there.
Okay, meet you there shortly.
All right, Relic, are you breaking off and going your own route?
I mean, technically, there's no stopping me from taking a right-hand turn at the end of the building
Nope.
and heading towards it. So, I'm just gonna run to the edge of that building, see if there's any soldiers I can get up off their
All right.
asses, and then head towards that dock, kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come up to right here maybe, and see if I can see the main port of call from here.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to get a view from it. Relic, you'll pass the one soldier that got clipped and sent flying into the building. He's dead.
Ah,
He's
Wow.
he's very dead. It strikes you as a reverent death too. Like, this is a creature that is hundreds of years old, one of the best trained warriors in the entire Feywild, and you just watched him die. So there's a slight sense of reverence there. Like, this is not just a normal death. This is not a standard death. This is the loss of a very important individual.
This poor man. How's his shield look?
He actually, they're not carrying shields. They're using double-bladed scimitars.
Okay. Worth a question.
Yeah, so how's that port looking?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, as Relic is making his way here, and you're kind of making your way here, and you guys are getting close, the stag that stepped off the pedestal, apparently some type of golem maybe, is actually right here now. So as you round the corners and see one another and look up and see this enormous golem, you see it just in time as it raises up one paw and slams it down on one of the Fomorians, just reducing him to jelly, and then breathes a gout of arcane fire, burning two more to cinder.
Well, I mean, when you say golem, what's it made out of? Like stone? Or...
Some type of metal?
Yeah, Relic's paying very, very close attention to that.
There are no moving parts separated from one to the other. No hinges, no seams. This is one solid piece.
Oh, that's just beautiful. That's a work of art.
But it is steadily stomping on. The portical itself is not on fire. You don't see any Fomorians on it or near it immediately. It seems like most of the fighting is happening over here. And they are avoiding the path of the stag, so they're moving actually eastward.
Well, everyone, it looks like we have a clear exit at the port of call. Do we take it? It's our best chance.
Yep.
All right.
Is there an available boat? Do you think it's going to be safe?
There is a small skiff at the end of the pier. None of the big boats are here. They must have either cast off their moorings and took off when the fighting started, or something. But yeah, there's a small skiff.
Well, I mean, there is a skiff for us to use.
In fact, if
Safe?
you zoom in, you can see it right there.
Safe, there's no telling, but we've got to get out of here. I mean, we can see the death and destruction that's happened around us so far. We don't need to be staying in the city, and Lady Chandria told us to get out of here as soon as possible.
Ah! Yep, run. That's fine.
Yep, to the boat!
Alright, so you make your way to the boat. It's intact. You guys look. What are you doing? You trying to cast it off into the water and get in, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Get big old Jeff to help cast us into the water.
All right.
Do we have more than one oar this time?
You have 2 oars in this, yes.
This is good.
So as you guys are moving the ship or the boat, getting ready to push it into the water, scrambling, panicking, there's, explosions happening all around you. Boom, 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 fire, people screaming, the stags burning Fomorians. Suddenly the water breaches and a Fomorian rises up out of the water right in front of you. Grinning from ear to ear, his slitted bug eyes balefully staring down at you hungrily, towering over all of you, even Jeff. He raises his club overhand, two-handed. And just as he goes to bring it down on you, a from out of nowhere, a blur passes through just in front of you, just boom. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Lady Sandria is standing in front of you with a large sword just impaling this thing through the gut and out his back, which she immediately hoofs off into the water. She turns around and looks at each of you and says, "Come with me if you want to live."
I'm following her.
Yes.
Yep, we're in.
Sorry, I couldn't resist the Terminator line. So, she leads you through the city quickly. Every now and then she'll come across some type of Fomorian or red cap, some unseelie creature. And she'll quickly dispatch them. Watching her work is like being in the presence of Da Vinci with a sword. It's a thing
I like
to
that
behold.
description.
It's a thing to behold. It's art, it's beauty, it's grace, it's power.
He's dead.
Yeah. You're reminded once again that you're so glad she's on your side. Is anyone doing anything as you're running?
I am just following Lady Chandria and, like, you know, keeping a watch on my flank. Just, you know.
Okay. No, that's fine. So, she runs you to the Tower of Stars here. Into it. Literally, like, kicks the door open and ushers you inside. Hurry, go, 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 go.
I'm following her order, so I go inside quick as I can.
All right. So, once inside, she slams the door and bars it shut. She says, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, we're fine. We came out of that mess unscathed. We were at the House of Solace, and we heard all the destruction outside, and we figured that was our cue to escape.
Oh, it's a good thing I found you when you did.
Oh, I'm very thankful.
Well, I promised your safety, but you cannot stay here.
No, we can't.
There's another way out.
There is, but I'm not sure if you're ready.
What's the way?
There's a portal here in the temple. It will take you... it'll take you to a different realm. Briefly. I don't recommend staying there. But I can send you to Tir Nanog.
That'll be a much better bet than anything.
And with that, the tower shakes from an impact. Dust flies. Well, it's settled then.
It sounds better than being here.
And with that, she reaches into her belt and takes out a small silver knife, twirls around, slices her palm, cuts a square-shaped image into the air that glows with each slice, places her hand upon the center of it, which immediately, brilliantly lights up, and then falls down, revealing a passageway through thin air, two-dimensionally, into what appears to be a pristine forest glade. She looks at you and says, "Hurry, and I wish you the best of luck."
Thank you, Lady Chandra. Come on, everyone. And I step through.
All right. Anybody?
Relic follows.
All right.
Yeah, the speaker kind of tries to, I don't know, shake her hand or something in thanks.
She'll accept
I
it.
don't know, is that, would she accept that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Wave
go through.
goodbye and another summer breeze.
Actually gets a smile out of her. So Jeff and Hyacinth go through as well. She looks back at you as you go through. For the first time, you see genuine concern on her face. Just for a brief moment. Maybe even worry.
You got this, dude.
She smiles and says, "Be strong. I will see you again." She turns around as the portal begins to close, just as 3 Fomorians burst through the door. And as the portal closes, you see her engaging in mortal combat with the 3 of them.
Nice.
Very nice. Well, tell us about our new surroundings. We have entered Tirnanog.
You are now in Tirnanog, yes. So,
Sounds bad.
Land of the old or something? Or the land of the young or something like that.
the land of eternal youth.
Eternal youth. That's the
Oh. Oh, okay. That sounds awesome.
Well, it's part of the Outlands.
It's where the Irish fairies went off to.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
When they
Um,
retreated from our lands.
This is,
Oh,
in pure D&D terms, this is the realm of Sylvanas and Oma, the deities. You're in their backyard. You look out, you're in an oak grove, and rolling out from every direction is meadows and hills and woods. You'll see cairns and obelisks. In the distance, even a circle of standing stones. You guys can feel pulses of ancient magic all around you. Immediately, that's it. You see animals, kind of normal, like not weird freak levels of animals, but you see animals, birds in the sky. Uh-huh. Nobody's here to greet you, obviously, though.
Well, it's beyond any realm I've ever entered.
can the speaker immediately try to commune with like some sort of nature spirit, or some sort of like nature of this place, like just kind of like through the plants or whatever? Maybe mycelial network might exist.
Well, your network won't exist here. There is a lot of nature. Most of it's familiar. Like nothing unfamiliar.
Except being unplugged. It's unfamiliar.
Yeah.
You are
So-
no longer on Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi connection has ended.
Okay. So we're LAN only now, boys.
Yep, I've.
And girls. Sorry. Inclusive 2021.
Everything in between.
And everything in between. Indeed.
Ah, yes, indeed.
So,
Ooh.
I've never been outside of the Feywild, and frankly, I'm at a loss for what to do now.
this is the first time you guys have seen sunshine in a while. Some of you are a little sensitive to it, I should
Yep,
point
put it
out.
away. Put it away. Put it away.
Now, there's enough cover in the oak grove that you'll be able to get into the shade. So that's,
I'm in the shade, but I'm also. Sorry, we're.
Yeah. I'm totally using the speaker as a big fucking umbrella. Dude.
And we're trying to cover up with some sort of like blanket or something. think we're
Okay.
taking our bedroll out and kind of.
Okay. Just trying to cover up.
Because I forgot to get some sort of cloak.
It's all right.
Just like
This was an unexpected
poncho.
journey.
Boo.
It's an unexpected journey. You went from the land of eternal twilight to sunshine,
Yeah.
sunshine.
There's sunshine and yikes.
Suppose I should turn off the nighttime sounds. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep, sun sickness.
I'm blind. Ow.
So, like I said, you can get out of the direct sunlight because of the oak grove that you landed in. Like, there's enough shade that you can get out of direct sunlight. It won't necessarily be dim, but it's enough to keep you from getting directly poisoned right now.
Okay. Dappled shade.
Yeah.
Sounds good enough.
There's a cairn in the distance that could offer more relief because it would allow you to get somewhat underground.
A what now?
A cairn?
I've heard of that place.
Yeah. This is about to get interesting. No.
Shut off, they said. No, okay, no, seriously. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, sunshine, not good, no, not good. Ow, 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 hurts.
Yeah. So those of you, are who aren't so effective are seeing your companions actually, like, God, what? Oh, no, out, nope, stop.
I mean,
So
Relic
we would
is-
know that everyone would see the cairn and know that it would provide shade for everyone, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's no problem.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
Relic
gonna
is-
motion everyone over to the cairn so our
Relic
buddies
can't
can
see
get
anything.
relief.
Yeah, Relic can't see anything. He's hugging, listening so tightly. Big umbrella.
Wait, did you just say listener?
Hmm.
Speaking of cairn.
Speaker even.
So, just if you're unfamiliar, a cairn is basically a large pile of stones. Some of them have hollows in them, used for burial. Some of them are used as waypoints. Most of them are just standing stones, like stacks of stones. But this one actually appears to be a burial site of some sort, so you can get some relief from the sun.
Sometimes known as barrows, right?
Similar, yeah.
Yeah. So let's get our buddies some relief from the sun and head over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Relic's eyes are watering like mad.
Okay. So you'll be able to get in there. So now the real question is, do any of you have any knowledge of this place?
No.
Okay.
How would we know?
Yeah, how would we know? I mean, maybe.
Give me either religion or arcana if you want to try.
I'll give it a shot because really.
Oh yeah.
No, I know nothing about this place.
Hey, relic. What is this hellhole?
Actually, with that roll, I probably know everything about this place.
It's hell.
Okay.
Okay. So Speaker and Lady Sib. And not Kyler. Okay. So Speaker and Lady Sib, you're familiar. Tirnanog, Land of Eternal Youth, the realm of Sylvanas and Oma. Especially Sib with that role. You know that there's several realms within Tirnanog. It's not a huge place. The Deep Forest is the realm of Sylvanas, and the House of Knowledge, the realm of Oma. Tirnanog is mainly inhabited by petitioners from the Prime Plains. This is basically an afterlife realm. However, if anyone violates the freedom and neutrality of this realm, the powers in that realm will unleash the wild hunt upon you. So keep that in mind. You do not want the wild hunt on you.
Yeah, no. So, would Tim know what that means by violate the neutrality?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is a completely neutral realm. The petitioners who come here because they sought a afterlife of peace and contentment. And the powers that be here will not tolerate anything that disrupts that, because this is their afterlife.
Like a diadem, perhaps.
Maybe.
But maybe we can convince them that they have to participate because there won't be any afterlife if this end of times comes to pass. Like maybe their realm will be pulled into whatever death spiral.
Listen. All we need to do is just not cause a ruckus. Let's just be peaceful. We've been very good so far about not causing any fights. Well,
We're in the
except for that one time with the red caps, except they attacked us and all we did was run. And our response was to run away, which was smart.
They attacked us because we tried to steal their boat.
Well, they did demand the diadem first.
Not steal. We were open to bargaining.
We bargained it well, I thought.
So, Sib and Speaker also, just point of fact, Oma is also known as the Lord of Knowledge.
But, you know, while we're here...
I think we should go talk to this Oma.
He is a
while we're
deity.
here. While we're here, let's go to Olma's realm in Tirnanog. Lord of Knowledge has a great library. That would actually be a fantastic opportunity for us to gather some information.
Is there a way of making a religion check to see what his specific kind of like, not exactly rituals per se, but you know, like about like what he is in.
Wait, damn, you wanted religion or arcana and I rolled history.
That's fine.
That's my bad.
No, that's fine. Tirnanog has ties to the Feywild, so that's fine.
I'll see if there's any kind of like specific rules per se in how to address him.
Sure. Yeah, roll a religion check and we'll see if you can pull some information about Oma.
Nice.
Right, very nice. So Oma, the Lord of Knowledge, is a very neutral deity. He is the deity of bards, inspiration, invention, and knowledge. He is the leader of the deities of knowledge and invention. And his home plane is literally the house of knowledge. So his worshippers generally include artists, bards, cartographers, inventors, lore masters, sages, scholars, scribes, wizards, and archivists. So, yeah.
Everything we could probably want or need.
It could potentially be an amazing source of information. We are talking about petitioning a deity for information, though, not a person. So he is neutral. You don't really know what he's going to react or how he's going to react if you do actually gain an audience with him.
So basically what you don't want to do when you're talking to him is in similar to when you're addressing Alexa, is called Alexa Siri.
Yeah. No, you definitely don't want to do
that. Or something along those lines, you know.
Yeah, that would be bad. I mean, that's understandable. But yeah, I mean, he's not an evil deity, and he's a deity of bards, artists, inventors, that type of thing. So you may be able to appeal to that. especially as an artificer.
True.
Well, Relic, since you seem to know a fair bit, do you know if there's any way we could use the House of Knowledge without talking to the deity directly? Because that's... I mean, I know we met with a primordial, but that's a rather large ask.
I mean,
Well, uh, there may be some members of the Order of the Silver String, companions of the Silver String, that have become petitioners who still serve in some degree within the House of Knowledge. They were all bards, heroic bards, like legendary hero bards. And you know, Oma himself was he was a deity that came to power. He wasn't like always in existence. So he may be a little more apt to listen in that regard. I mean, he's not unknown for him to interact with mortals. Like, he's got a lot of Demi children.
Well, that's comforting. Should we try and get some rest? Because when the Fomorians attacked Astrazalian, like we were about to head in, we should get some sleep before we exhaust ourselves.
Is that a thing in the land of eternal youth?
What's sleep?
Yeah, sleep and resting.
Yeah.
Aren't we just refreshed by being here?
I will say this, you are relatively safe here as long as you do not upset the balance. There's not a lot of things here that will hurt you.
Well, I mean, it's a generally good idea anyway. We should just set up camp here in the cairn.
This is just
between
maintain,
sessions.
and this is aimed at you, Kyler. Maintain respect.
Dude.
Sib will slap his hand away if he tries shenanigans.
Yeah,
but-
you definitely don't want to anger the powers here.
no.
Right. Well, then the speaker's just kind of gonna sit down in the corner and start meditating and kind of packing a new spore ball in his hands.
All right.
Sib will unroll her bedroll and think we're going to attempt a long rest.
All right. And a long rest will not be an issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking my old crappy set of armor and just breaking it up into spare parts, basically.
Can't believe I ever wore this trash.
But it's gonna come in useful.
Yeah, that's no problem. Kyler, what are you trying to figure? With your
Oh,
21.
okay.
About this guy, Oma.
Oma?
Like, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. With your 21 roll,
Nat 20.
I'm going to give you a little tidbit. Because they've pretty much figured a good deal about Oma. So, I mentioned Oma fathered a lot of Demi children, right?
All right.
At one point, the god Cyric, right?
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah, Cyric. And if you're not familiar, Cyric was not a good deity. Also known as the Prince of Lies. But Cyric lured 22 of these children away from Oma and transformed them into paintings known as the Whispering Children. The Whispering Children, as paintings, are 22 extremely powerful artifacts in the form of portraits. They're called the Whispering Children because they whisper secrets to those nearby. And the thing about those secrets is the things that they say are dangerous to the gods, plural, especially to Oma. I'll even say that Mistra herself tried to take the paintings away from Cyric, but he scattered them across Faerun, and most of them were lost. There was one house, the house Naraja of Airspur, managed to collect 7 of them, but beyond that, the rest are in the wind. So there's a nice little chunk of extremely poignant knowledge, based, in addition to everything I've said so far.
All right. Well, I guess
wanna
we are
bear
taking.
no indication that I actually found that out and just be like, huh, dude.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, we're long resting, and it is 10 o'clock, so it would be the end of the session here.
Yeah, we can call it here.
Cool.
That sounds like a good plan. I think is a good stopping point. Good break. I believe I'm going to raid somebody tonight. I know, right?
Ooh.
I believe we're going to try and raid Featherfall if they're still going.
Hey.
If I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. But yeah, it's been a great session.
Indeed.
Yeah. GG.
I hope you guys had a
Yes,
good
indeed.
time.
Did.
Any questions before we completely sign off? Nice thing about these earlier sessions.
I only have one after the fact.
What's that? What's your question?
It's only to do with in-game kind of stuff. So D&D I'm trying to like make this equipment. Mithril half plate. It literally only comes up as non-magical mithril half plate. I can't make one a +1 mithril half plate.
Oh,
At least I'm not exactly sure how I make one a +1 half plate. I've literally had to just add a +2 shield because he's made his shield +1 already with his infusion.
so mithril isn't technically magic.
No, it normally comes in as normal mithril half plate AC 15, and you said it was already a +1.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Like I said, so his infusion made his own non-magical shield a +1 shield. So to make up for the +1 mithril half plate and that I can't seem to copy, I've just added a +2 shield and equipped that instead of the +1 shield that is infused, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, as long as the numbers add up, I'm not too worried about it.
Okay, that's basically what I've done. Because it only comes up as non-magical mithril half plate, and we know it's +1. So what I've made, I've basically changed his +1 shield into a +2 shield, just to make up the numbers correctly, kind of thing.
That's fine. I can go back and make the adjustments on your sheet later too, if we want to just be accurate or whatever.
I mean, I don't know whether you've got to make like a custom mithril half plate +1 thing or whatever. I don't know.
I'll if I have to, I will. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to do it, but there we go.
Yeah, and the I know tonight wasn't horribly exciting. I hope you guys did have fun.
We did have fun. I think right now our thing is just we're trying to kind of suss out like what we need to do because it was just like the Fomorians. It's like I'm just like okay, what do? Oh God, where do we go? And yeah, obviously like now
Yeah.
we know like where we need to go next. But
And no, and it's rough. And I've thrown. I'm glad nobody went running after the Fomorians, because, like I said,
yeah.
challenge rating 8 apiece.
Yeah. Like I did look him up. Like I wasn't gonna go running after him anyways, just because like I know giants are generally
Not good.
challenging, and I didn't want to like it,
Oh
attempt
yeah.
it to begin with. But like even like I went and looked up that they were CR8, and I was just like, yeah, no, no, nope.
So I am